Hi friends, it's Michelle Maddox of Sedona Meditation Experiences with another episode of Sedona Meditation Adventures. This is my show where I come out to beautiful places in Sedona and share with you some of the magic of Sedona while talking about meditation, mindfulness, and practices that take you into that inner plane. So here I am today, right by Cathedral Rock, which you're going to see here in the background. Sadly, my camera is, Cathedral Rock's right over here. My camera is not able to zoom in so close, but you can still see all the beautiful pinyon and juniper trees and the fabulous red rocks. So let me sit down where I can talk to you and we will talk about meditation. Okay, friends, what a beautiful sunny July day we have here. It is full-on summer in Arizona, and it is definitely not for the faint of heart. It's hot and dry. Oh my gosh, there's so much turmoil in the world. It's just been one thing after another, and it just gets to be overwhelming. And there's that part of me that's like, oh, things are just so messed up. There's nothing I can do. And the other part of me that's like, yes, we can fight. There's something we can do. We can make change happen. And so I get kind of torn in the middle sometimes of these two desires, to just go with the flow and then, no, let's make change. And so the wisdom that I received this week from my ancestors, those of you who know that I'm working on ancestral medicine practitioner training, I've been working a lot with my ancestors. So going within into that juicy meditative space and working with intuition and building relationships and healing the connections to my blood ancestors. And so now I've got this beautiful team of well and vibrant ancestors who are there for me, and I can take my challenges to, and they have wisdom for me. And I did that because I've really been in that emotional kind of that place of like, I'm losing steam here. And the wisdom was, don't try to make change. Create from the void. And they took me to the void, which is a place that I've known. In my meditation practice, of course, it's not uncommon to bump into the void. And I love it there. And I was reminded of how creative that space is. Not creative in the, okay, I'm going to make a plan and brainstorm and do the things. But creative in the sense of, I'm going to just give myself, I'm going to surrender to this peaceful, kind of do-nothing space of just being. And really let myself dive into this water and be here for however long, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, however long my meditation is. And just let the magic of being in that void space work its way through me. Because that magic, my friends, is powerful stuff. It really is the stuff that makes change. I've had this happen a few times in my life where, things are out of control. Literally, I have no control over what's going on. And I had the wisdom enough to know that I'm just going to have to give myself to this. Wherever it leads, whatever happens, I don't know. But I'm going to stop pretending that I have any control over the situation and just give myself to the void. It doesn't mean do nothing, but it means surrendering and just going with what life has to show you, what that wild side of life, that wild spirit wants to show for you, what it wants to present you with. And getting into that void space is one of the best ways I know of creating change. So create from the void. That's the wisdom I received from my ancestors this week and that I'm sharing with you. Because, man, the world's crazy. And that void space, if you've never experienced it before, sometimes it feels like when you're meditating, really deeply meditating, you get into this state where it almost feels like you're asleep. You don't necessarily know it when you're in it, but you come out of it and you're like, whoa, what was that? And your brain's like, oh, you must have fallen asleep. And it's true, you can fall asleep in meditation, but usually if you're deeply relaxed and you're seated, not laying down, it's not sleep. It's this beautiful space that we call the void. It's also called transcendence. And the void is just, I don't know how to describe it. I felt it in different ways. Sometimes I feel it like I'm really deep inside of myself, just so deep in there, where it's like the finest little tether of awareness is which is holding me onto the reality around me. And then other times I feel it like I'm floating in this big air, like this big amorphous mass, and I'm just in there, totally not connected to, the physical world around me or the things that hold my life up, just surrendering and being in this voided space. So it can look a lot of different ways. It's hard to put words to, but you know it when you're there. And there's no guarantee when you meditate that you can get there. But it's what I want to encourage you to kind of be on the lookout for. To let your meditations get deep. Don't be afraid of that space. Sometimes people are scared of it, and I hear that a lot, I get to this place in my meditation and I lose track of myself, and it scares me. And okay, that can be scary for the ego mind, for sure. But there's nothing to fear from this space. There's nothing to fear. It's just a very natural, deep state of consciousness, without being anchored, into the body or into this 3D reality that we have. Just pure consciousness. Join me. Let's meditate. I'm going to get my tinctures, and I'm just going to ring them to welcome us into a nice meditation practice. But while I'm preparing to do that, get yourself comfortable. If you need to pause this recording and find a space where you can set yourself up, do that. And I encourage you, as always, to be outdoors. There's nothing like meditating outdoors. If you have a spot and you're able to do that, go for it. If not, it's okay to be indoors. That's okay too. I'm just a bit of a nature-loving hippie spirit. So get yourself comfortable and close your eyes. Take a couple of breaths to get yourself centered. And just notice where the energy is in your body, where there's tension, or where the energy feels like it's bunched up. And consciously drop your energy down into your belly and your chest, and then down into your feet and hips, feeling yourself connected to the earth. And from this place, set your intention. If you don't have an intention immediately available to you, just take a moment and ask yourself, what's important for me now? What do I want to get from this meditation experience? And for me, and the theme of this video, it's to create from the void. But for you, it may simply be to de-stress, get a moment of peace, to tap into your innermost self, or to catch up with your emotional self. Maybe things are spinning out of control, but just take a moment and set that intention. You can say it aloud if that helps, and just let it rest deep in your being. And let your attention come back to your beautiful, ever-present breath. And I'll ring the tinctures to welcome us into this meditation. And letting your breath help take you a little deeper into your inner landscape. Just be aware of the sensory things around you. The feeling of the air or the breeze brushing against you. Maybe the sunshine touching your skin, the sounds, the smells. Let yourself be immersed in your environment. And if there's any tension anywhere, use your breath to let it melt away. And if you feel that pull, that meditative pull to that inner place, go with it. And if your thoughts are in the way, keep bringing them back to your breath. Let your breath show you how it can lead you deeper into your inner self. We'll meditate here in silence for a few moments. And just let the light of awareness help take you deeper into that void. Bringing your attention back to your breath, seeing if you can sink deeper. Were you able to get in there? These short meditations sometimes make it a little challenging. You can give yourself a nice long meditation experience to really sink into that creative void space. And my friends, I can't tell you how glorious it feels to be out here in the sunshine with this beautiful desert breeze blowing, smelling the sage and the pine. I just love Sedona. It is my happy place. And if you want to come and experience some of this, I would love to be your guide, to take you out into this sacred land and either teach you more about meditation or help you connect to the energy that's here, the different spirits of the land, just the energy of Sedona, and how you can open yourself up to have a more spiritual and connected life. Okay, my friends, enjoy your journey. This is Michelle Maddox saying goodbye for now.